Greetings, zombie hunters. It's hard to believe, but this is actually my last Lane's Log for our summer course. We have survived together for 4 different infected modules, and we're finally on to our last part of the course. Wow, what a wild ride it has been. Let me talk about what happened in Module 4, a preview of what's going on in Module 5, a brief discussion of another extra credit opportunity, and then let me give you some tips for the final paper. This is going to be a brief Lane's Log. First, let me say the Module 4 discussion on The Walking Dead, fantastic, great job. I really enjoyed reading all of your comments about the family. Lots of wonderful videos posted. Wow, you all did such a great job digesting all the things from the readings and even adding more to our axioms about zombie stories, how they really are about the family and the post-apocalyptic family in each and every case. We're looking ahead to our last module together. Of course, we'll never be done. There's so much more we could say about the zombie as a rhetorical figure. But for this module, let's focus on 2 things. First, the rom-zom-com, the romance zombie comedy, a sort of a new genre. Honestly, though, we saw this in the 1930s. Remember, one of the optional videos was King of the Zombies, and that really was a romance zombie comedy starring the great Mantan. So it's been a long-standing genre, but let's try and focus on it in this module and see what's going on. And the other thing is, finally, to look at what's going on outside of the cinema, outside of the screen, so to speak, with zombie walks. This incredible phenomena of people dressing up as zombies and taking over cities. I put together my thoughts as well as some videos on the history of zombie walks. Really incredible stuff. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say about these 2 final things in our little summer escapade through this infection of the zombie. A third thing, an extra credit opportunity. The SPOT survey is active. I've posted the link along with this video for the log. If we can get at least 80% of the people to do the SPOT survey, that's the teaching evaluation, I'll give everybody extra credit. There have been lots of opportunities for extra credit in this course. I hope you've taken advantage of some of them. The idea is to be able to choose your own adventure in things, whether it's the optional readings or the things that you want to focus on. I really would appreciate everybody's feedback on this. The SPOT form is one of the best ways to get it to me. If you prefer to email me directly or make a comment, that would be wonderful. As I've said before, this course is kind of a dream come true for me. The ability to teach on this one specific topic and really look at the way that we have a specific genre dealing with rhetoric. I'd love to get your feedback to try and improve the course. I want this to be the best course that we possibly can. I hope it's fun for you. If you have ideas for making it more fun, please be willing to share those with me. It's important to me. Finally, the big thing we have coming up this week is the final paper. So let me make some comments and suggestions. First off, if you didn't get a chance to watch the actual assignment video for the Module 4-5 assignment, please take a moment and watch that. I've got a lot of suggestions of what we have been talking about this whole semester with the idea of surviving the zombie apocalypse and thinking about the word survive and thinking about the zombie apocalypse all around us, the zombies that are mediated, the fictional zombies, the fantasy zombies that pop up everywhere, making sense of those, being able to live with those and identify the threats that we have. So please take a moment and watch that video if you haven't had an opportunity to. It's got really useful information. Now about the paper itself. Morgan and I have been looking through your drafts. We got the proposals. We made comments on the outline and bibliography. Let me make 3 suggestions, and then please feel free to email me and get more feedback on things, because I understand this can be a really stressful process, especially with a course in the summer that's moving at a really quick pace. We try and focus on the important things, but I get it. There's a lot going on. First thing is, don't try to say everything. A narrow paper is better. On almost everybody's proposal or outline, there were things that I said, you can trim this. You don't need this part. Narrow it down. Go in depth. You're going to be better off making an in-depth 2 or 3 arguments with really good analysis than you will of trying to say everything. I know you got this unique zombie artifact, this story that we haven't had a chance to look at, and you want to say everything you possibly can about it, but you don't have time. And trying to say everything is going to distract you from the things that are really important. So don't try and say everything. Narrow is better. Opt for depth. if you possibly can. Second suggestion, and this is big, take a chance. Take a chance. We're going to reward innovation on this. Okay, I understand this is a summer course. We're not looking for the most polished, publication-ready essay. What we're looking for is some great ideas. Some ideas that could be polished, that could be turned into things, that could be something that you could go on further with. That's why in the outline I was like, show me some scenes that you're going to look at. Show me how you're going to break these things down. Let's get the overarching plan. We're going to be rewarding innovation. Saying something new. If you had an opportunity to say something that was the exact same as we had in one of our discussion threads over a film that we have already talked about, over one that's been discussed by literally hundreds of film critics. I mean, Night of the Living Dead is in the National Museum archive for movies. If you had an opportunity to do that and rehearse thing, you need to tell us something new about it, something that we haven't talked about before. Take a chance on this. Take a risk and see if you can make a point. And we'll be the ones that say, okay, in order to prove that point, you're going to need this and this other thing done. But we're really looking for a kernel of something that's innovative, that's creative, something where you take the zombie story and you do something that hasn't been said before. Using these readings, using these other comments. Think about the things that we have been looking at, thinking about our essays. For many of you, I said, look, our basic operation in this course all summer long has been we take a film, we do some readings, we attach that film to some larger societal concerns. What we're looking for you to do is the same thing. We've been practicing this over and over and over again. We've been practicing it in our discussions. We've been practicing it in the readings. We've been practicing it in the proposals. All this stuff, make it try and come together as much as possible. Okay, third suggestion. Take a moment and proofread before you submit. Okay, I can't tell you how important it is that after you've been working on this paper, and I understand we're on a time crunch, I get it, it's a summer course, it's only 5 weeks long, we got to get all the things in, we've tried to extend the deadline as long as we possibly could to make it run the course the full time period that we have, but take a moment and proofread what you've got. Please don't think that you're going to write that paper the day that it is due. You need some time to proofread and to understand what's going on. And a lot of you know, you've already felt this, one of the things that you've lost a lot of points for on the written assignments is when we just can't understand stuff. It might be clear in your head, but if you don't proofread and if you don't look for where you've got those awkward sentences, then it's not going to be clear to Morgan and I. We're not going to know what it is that you're trying to communicate. So that last step, even though we're on a tight deadline, even though it's a summer course, even though we understand it's not going to be the most polished, please take a moment and proofread the essay. The idea was that last week we got the bibliography citations, the works cited list nailed down. That's what should have happened in there. So there shouldn't be that many typos on that. It should already be in the APA style for things. Of course you can add to that if you want to. Of course you can. But for this week, really try and go over your prose, that innovative idea that you've got, try to communicate it to us. Try to do the best that you can to get the idea across. All right? Well, this is it, Zombie Scholars. We've got to just survive this one last module together, and we'll have completed the summer course. Hey, if we make it through this thing together, hit me up on LinkedIn. I'd love to send a recommendation. I hope that you got an opportunity to learn something about rhetoric and to experience something about this incredible rhetorical figure, the zombie. It really is everywhere. I bet if you're anything like me, after this course is over, you're going to start seeing the zombie in all sorts of places in your personal life, in your public life, in your private life. You're going to see, oh, that's a zombie. Oh, that's a zombie. Oh, that other thing is a zombie. And think about what it is that it's doing and why it is there. It's been a blast working with you this summer on stuff. If you need anything in this last unit, this last module, please hit me up. It has been wonderful. Let's survive. Let's get out there and finish off those zombies.